help it now. So, okay. So what do we do here? Again, I just feel like intro video मुझे रखना चाहिए जैसे वो in flight में जब वो चलाते हैं ना कि आपकी सीट की पेटी ऐसे बंद कीजिए. I feel like I should just have that. Every start of the session, I'll just do that every single time. But anyway, so basically, it's called CHO. A lot of people are calling it CHO, but it's CHO, which is short for currently high on, and today we are currently high on surrealism. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about surrealism, how it was influenced, the artists that were in surrealism. Now, the artists that I've chosen, I don't know like 200% about them. Obviously, in an hour and a half, I have three paintings that I'm talking about. So I'm mostly talking about the painting and a little bit about the artist. So if you guys know a little bit more about the artist, please chime in and tell me, because I love these artists, but itna maine in depth padha nahi hai inke bare mein. If you guys have like fun facts or trivia to add on, please go ahead and have fun, add on. Whenever you would like to, please unmute yourself and add onto any painting that I am talking about. We have some fun ones. Ignore the dog, the next door dog. He's absolutely insane. And what else? हाँ, आज हम थोड़ा politics के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं. The World War I, a little bit about the Spanish War, and I know absolutely 0.5%. So please help me out in that area. And yeah, Kare Shri Ganesh, क्या बोलते हैं आप लोग? हाँ, whatever you guys want to say, and if I'm asking any questions, please reply in the chat, because you guys don't reply. I just feel like I'm just talking to myself, and that I can do any day. You don't have to wait till 8 p.m. Also, thank you very much for joining.
Bring it on.
Sorry?
Bring it on, bring it on.
Also, thank you everyone for joining, because today I bathed and my dad is very, very proud of me. So I get Ganesh. So so the first one is it's going to be a little quick one, because क्योंकि मैंने select किया है. क्या उखाड़ लोगे उसका? Just yeah. Wait. This is not the one. This is the one. So wait यार, I'm a little all over the place. मुझे chat खोलनी पड़ती है, फिर मुझे manage participant खोलने पड़ते हैं. रुक जाओ. Deal with me being there. हाँ जी. Okay. What is this painting? This painting is by René Magritte. It's called The Familiar Objects. It's painted in 1928, oil on canvas, and 81 by 116 centimeters. Go figure, convert centimeter into inches, feet, whatever you want to do. I have no clue. मैंने किया नहीं, मैं भूल गई आज. So yeah. So first of all, there are 5 men, obviously, as you can see, with 5 different objects in front of the man. So this is a very open to interpretation kind of a painting, very open to interpretation. Everyone would be seeing something else in it. So the 2 most famous theories about this painting are that it's 5 views of the same.
Mithila, hold on 1 minute. Mithila, hold on 1 minute. Somebody I know is not able to like switch on. Not able to hear you. 1 second.
It's fine. I mean, I can repeat it. Please tell me if you cannot hear me. I'll just keep repeating stuff.
Can't hear you at all. 1 second. That's what I got on text. Wait.
Who is this person? I can help them out. Yeah,
Amrita.
Acha, how will I help them out अगर वो सुन ही नहीं सकते मेरी बात? I mean, I'm so smart.
You can text. You can put on the chat.
Regardless of where they look, their vision is blocked. Their vision is blocked. That is very true. Okay, Tanmay, I'm just gonna keep going. If they
okay.
I'll repeat. It's fine. I'll repeat. So yeah, so their vision is okay. Sorry, let me start from the beginning. 5 views of the same person, 5 different views of the same person. The second most popular theory is that it's 5 different people looking at life in 5 different ways. Right now, a lot of paintings, if you just I've shown before also, they have a lot of things going on in the painting. There is a lot of symbolism going on, what the background means, what it means, what they're wearing, what is happening. But René was very, very smart. He liked being very minimalist. He also inspired a lot of the minimalist artists. He also inspired a lot of conceptual artists. So what he liked doing was he liked using these very everyday objects in his paintings, which mean different. So the connotation of, for example, lemon is food. You can have it in water. You can put it in your food. So it's a basic connotation of, अरे उसे क्या बोलते हैं यार English में, I've forgotten the word, of eating it The word for eating it, digesting it, nahi. Another word. But anyway, you understood what I'm trying to say. Right? But in the connotation of this painting, lemon actually means luxury, mortality, materialistic things, and fickle nature of wealth. Right? So now that I've given you an example of the lemon, what do you guys think of the other stuff that is happening in the painting? Consuming, consumption, sarfaraz, yes, consumption is what I mean. So yeah, so what do you guys see? So you have a ribbon, you have a conch shell, you have a jug or a Greek vase. I'm not sure. Again, when I researched it, a lot of people had their own explanation for what it was. I do believe that it's a jug because of the handle that it has, but a lot of people thought it was a vase. And in well, I'm not going to come to the explanation yet. But yeah, so what do you guys think? So the topmost topmost thing, ऊपर में left वाली जो है, the first one from left on the top row. What do you guys think what that is? It took me a minute to figure out what it was, and I'm still not confirmed what it is. Like a lot of people, it's open to interpretation. Looks like a wine decanter, old style. Kiwi acorn. I don't think it's a wine decanter. Oh, you're talking about the jug. Oh, yeah, that could be a wine decanter. Each pig depicts a different stage of life. Yes, yes, a lot of people believe that's what it was too. Honeycomb. Oh, that's a fun one. Looks like a scrub to me. That's what it looked like to me too, a scrub. Pumice stone. Yes. Amruta, you and I are vibing. That's exactly what I got from it. Pumice stone. I thought it was a pumice stone. And the story behind a lot of people believe that the pumice stone is the most valid theory because the pumice stone has a lot to say. The stone is made by it's a stone in underwater. It's made by rushing, like getting scratched by different surfaces, and then it has the spore like structures, which is the pumice stone. So here it would define that this man is going through life, and life is just changing him in different ways, and denting him, and his experiences are making him what he's become, like the pumice stone. So I thought that's the most reasonable explanation here. Sarfaraz says Lufa. Now we're not vibing, Sarfaraz. What else, guys? What else? वही pumice stone का scrub लग रहा था मुझे, and I thought that was very very interesting. What do you guys think about this second?
मेरे को brain लग रहा है, मिथिला.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like the brain.
I also thought it was a brain at one point of time. And it could symbolize, the man's brain can symbolize a lot of things, intelligence,
Yes.
wittiness,
Yes.
but it can also symbolize being egoistic, because
his impressions on the brain, a person takes a lot of memories, impressions, whatever is happening, all the happenings around him, which is imprinting on the brain itself. So those,
that's true.
It could be that also.
Yes.
I feel that.
Please go ahead.
This entire, are we talking about just the objects, or are we talking about the painting holistically?
So I was thinking we'll talk about the objects and then move on to it as a whole.
Because I don't see them as single objects. I see them as like a journey of this man's life. This is more about, because where Rene is coming from, the ideas for all the surrealist artists develop, it's not about what we perceive things as. These ideas for all the surrealist artists develop from the subconscious.
Correct.
Okay, the entire movement is about that. Anyways, moving on. Now that we see this painting here, that there are these 5 men, but it's more about like a journey of a person, or can be any person. So I don't know. It shows a pumic stone. It shows like a jug. Then there's lemon. There's a knot. Then there is the conch shell.
Yeah.
It's again, like we say, it's very surreal. Surreal because it's not real. It's super real. Super real for the fact that maybe it talks about that, this man wakes up in the morning, takes a shower, whatever, the pumic stone is there. Maybe the jug talks about the water bit of it. He takes his shower, whatever, takes his bath and whatever. The lemon may be describing that what he eats, the breakfast. The bow might be talking about he gets ready for work, and the conch shell might talk about his vision to the world, what he perceives. Right? again, it can be a very abstract explanation, but this is what I perceive of this entire painting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's very dark because, again, it
That's how
says that it, that's how not only Rene, but all the artists used to work on, because all the paintings used to have a very dreamlike feel because they were all developed in a subconscious state of mind.
Yeah, you're very, very right. It was all inspired, not all, but it was surrealism as a movement was inspired by Freud's theory of subconscious and unconscious mind and the dreamlike state. Yes, you're right, and I agree with your theory to a point, which is what I was getting to. If you see from the
because
first,
I don't see these objects individualistically. There is a reason why these five men are there together, and then these very weird objects put together. But then if you see it holistically, yeah, it does make sense to me. Individually, what is he gonna do with that tombstone? Break his head? I don't know. Maybe.
So I thought, so the reason why I thought was, I because I was trying to see both the theories, one which is the same person 5 times, and the second one 5 different people. That's why I was seeing the objects differently. However, I agree with your theory, because if you see from the first man till the last man, it's kind of like a it's kind of like a wave, because the man is looking right inside, then the second man is looking a little bit towards us. Then the third one is looking directly here in the fourth and fifth. So the expression and the way that they're tilted goes around. So I agree with you that it could be one man connected and the objects going. Correct. Okay. Sorry. Praga, you had to say something, then I'm going to go to the chat.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that if we notice, the bow tie is on his face, like it's covering his eyes. Whereas all the other objects, they are pretty away from the person's face. So what I felt about this is that, it shows, I don't know, we can also connect the bow tie to like women. Like usually, they also used to have those kind of bows in their dresses at that point of time in 1920s and 30s. So somewhere how a man is blinded by lust or by beauty or something like that. Then water, I think it talks about the needs, I feel it talks about the needs of human, like from food, water, like I think somebody else pointed out. And the conch shell, with the conch shell, I feel that if you ever blow a conch shell, the voice, it reverberates, it goes to a longer distance. So it's like how everybody wants to be heard.
Correct.
So, the aspects of human, I think.
Correct. So again, Praga, great point.
Excuse me, yeah. 1 minute, yeah.
So now,
one. Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'll come back to you. So sorry. Yeah. Give me 1 second. So I agree with you, Praga, and Devesh Mama. I agree with both of you. So the reason why I wanted to, so the bow tie, it's a very interesting observation. Yes, it is, very feminine. However, a bow tie in art usually represents, because, the way you've tied it, it's a ribbon that is tied together, right? So it really signifies or symbolizes strength, union, but also because it's mostly seen in female, clothing or with the female attire and with the female mind. You also see beauty. Now the blue color that is there in the bow, it usually it's a powder blue. So a darker blue symbolizes a little bit of depression. There's a little bit of melancholy attached to the blue, darker blue, which is again the night sky and everything else. But the lighter blue is a little bit more towards health and tranquility. So the bow tie here, again, I understand that all the other objects are away from the person's eyes and the person's face. However, Pragya, if you've noticed that is the one figure that is kind of exactly facing towards us. It's almost facing completely towards us. So the bow is actually standing between the viewer and the man, making it blocking our view of his eyes. All of the other guys are kind of tilted, so you can see the space. इसीलिए space भी, if you notice that the space is different between all of them, like the spacing between the object and the person. Also, the last one, the conch shell, is only one eye. So I do believe that the objects are moving exactly like this. So when it comes here, it's right in front of me, right? So you can't see my face. So I don't think it's getting blinded by it, but I do agree with your theory. It is going through an entire stage. So now, just let me just finish this, and then Sonanti, you are good to go. So yeah, so the lemon signifies, you have materialistic thing, luxury, mortality. The bow is strength or union. You have the conch shell. Now the conch shell here, a lot of critics believe that it's symbolism from our Hindu and Buddhism culture, which is Vishnuji used to hold it. It was the creator.
Spirituality. I just wanted to say conch means
Please.
spirituality out here. That's it.
Sorry.
Conch means spirituality.
Yes.
Spirituality. That's his journey. That was very well described. It is his actual journey, a man's journey.
Yes.
Very well described about here.
Yes.
It's superb.
I do believe it is a man's journey, especially because of the the view, the way it is going about. Okay. Yes, and the conch shell is also.
Please do that again. Please do the finger movement thing again.
But it is like that. I can't help it. It is like that. Okay. So
Basically transformed into the Franz.
Can't hear you, Tanmay.
You transformed into the Franz Kafka statue.
Yeah, the Franz Kafka statue. Okay, so the conch shell is also okay. So this in a lot of art pieces later in 1920s, around 1920s, there was a very big idea of the conch shell showcasing positive psychological vibrations that go on, right? So I think the last one also, when you see it's a shank, when you blow into the shank, the voice is louder than like how Devshama, you mentioned that he's perceiving the world through the conch shell. I kind of don't see it as him seeing the world. I kind of see it as him showcasing his voice to the world, and then using that vibration to bring in the positivity or psychological vibrations into his life. So you start with the
possible. It could be possible, definitely.
So you start with the pumice stone. You go to the jug of water. Oh, the jug. According to Greek. Sorry, Mama, you were saying something. Devesh, Mama, you were saying something.
No, I was not saying anything. Go ahead.
So the jug. So it's. I still don't think it's a vase. I do believe it's a jug, but then I found out that the Greek vases used to be you made like this in terracotta, and that symbolizes immersive world, nourishment, maternal instincts. Right. So now taking all of these ideas of what these the stones are, I believe that it tells a little bit more about this man's journey. Sorry, I am so behind in the chat, so I'm just going to read this. Amrita says, water, nourishment, pumice, puma. Am I pronouncing that right? Experiences shaping him, lemon, being fully formed, ripe lemon. Yes, it is a ripe lemon, a lot of critics believe. Bow, attachments, last unidentified object, being open to the unknown if you are going by the 5 stages. Amrita, you are so on point, like Pragya and Devesh Mama and Sona Auntie. You guys are getting exactly what Renee is trying to say. Also, sorry, forgot to mention this. The man and what he's wearing and the way he looks, it's very, very, very Renee kind of. Like if you know any of his other work, it's so him. The black that he used to wear did come from a very. I'll get into that. Let me finish the chat. Last one is a conch shell. Yes, it is a conch shell. I am looking the other way. Yes, thank you. Hello, Lola. Lemon guys seems pissed that he has to stare at the lemon. No one told him he should be breaking lemon. But life handed him lemons. Oh, you guys made that joke. He didn't have the tequila. Yeah, he didn't have the tequila or salt. Tequila is the second. Guys, you're just having a ball in the chat and I was going on here. Faces are moons, like could it be like phases of the moon? Yes, it could be phases of the moon. He actually, after this painting, made another painting where there were 3 guys and 3 phases of the moon, and they were standing similar to this painting. They were standing like the phases of the moon. So a lot of people believe that the two have a correlation between them. Okay, there is nothing content about having tequila. They are looking clockwise. That should also talk about time. Yes. Adding on to the theory. Thank you. Adding on to the theory that it's his life, going from one end to the other. So time also obviously has a lot of effect on a person's mental health, well-being, his priorities. So if you see the man turning around as time, then you could see that he started from a conch shell and now his priorities have changed, going through the jug, the lemon, the bow, and then now just is about I'm sticking to my theory, which is about sharing his voice towards the world. So great observation. Which one is the dark side of the moon then? I think the dark side of the moon is I don't think there's a dark side of the moon. He's not really turning his back towards us. Amrita, what do you think? It's not there. I'm a +1 to the clockwise pattern. Yeah, What is the name of this artwork? I'm the artist. Sorry, came in late. Okay, so the name of the painting is the familiar objects. So familiar objects in a lot of his paintings did believe he believed that the objects that he's using are very day-to-day objects, and he wanted to ruin the connotation that we already have as we grow up. The connotation of a lemon is very different, and he wanted to really connotation of a lemon is very simple, and he wanted to do something different with lemon there. So that's there, Isha. Is the yes, Rene is the artist. It's a Greek urn pot. Urn where like they put the ashes of the dead. Is that what you're talking about? That urn? We can see it backwards also from conch shell to the scrub. Yes, we can see it backwards. It works both ways. The men aren't rotating; they are oscillating. Second and fifth guy oriented the same way, just looking at different sides. Second and fifth. Second and fifth. Mythology were like that only. No. In general, the poets from Greek mythology were like, acha. Wait, second and fifth are looking this. I thought, wait, how is the second and fifth looking the same? I thought the first and the one, two, three, fourth, first and third are same, just going different. But the men are not same. Their hair color is different. See now, Prakat, there are two theories there. The hair color is different because probably it's different points of time in his life, or they are five different men. A lot of people did believe that they are five different men. I'm counting them clockwise. Okay. Also, some facial features. They look progressively more aged. See, again, that's the theory where time comes in, right? That it's him in different stages of his life. Time has made him that way. So now a little bit about Magritte. Magritte. Love doing that R in French. So yeah, so a little bit about surrealism and Magritte. So surrealism is about using juxtaposition and crazy, unrealistic, unnaturalistic ways of putting day-to-day objects in your paintings and them symbolizing something or the other. Right. So here in Rene's paintings, the suit also symbolizes something. Now a lot of scholars did believe, because surrealism was so deep into the Freudian subconscious and unconscious mind, that a lot of psychoanalysts help me someone you understood the hypothesis, but uska ZED wala version. Okay, this is so Rene lost his mother very young, very young. His mom committed suicide, and she tried committing suicide so many times that his father had to lock her into a room. She finally escaped, and when she was found a few days later, people believe, I mean, actually, people believe, but I think this is discredited, that Rene was there when the body was found. And when the body was found, her dress was actually on top of her head, which inspired a lot of Rene's not a lot, but which inspired a bunch of Rene's paintings, where there are two people with their face covered and they're kissing, or they're together, like they're posing, but you can't see their face. There's a mask over, cloth over their head. So a lot of psychoanalysts believe that it's his mother's death that makes him get into this surrealism, where reality is a little bit further than that. Him going back and forth from unconscious to conscious to unconscious to conscious, where he wants his mother to be alive, but his mother is dead. So the black comes in as him grieving through all of his artwork, where he's wearing it to her funeral. It's kind of like him wearing it to the funeral. You pick up a lot of Rene's pieces, and the men, it's especially, and it's mostly men who are wearing a black suit, black tie. So I thought that was a very interesting observation from all of these psychoanalysts. Kanma, you were saying something?
There's one thing I just noticed. There are different objects in front of them, which maybe the objects are indicating time, passage of time, or different facets of a personality. But the person, you change the head, fair enough. But what he's wearing and the way they stand, it seems to be standing in a form of a progressive, like, okay, this follows this line. They gave me the impression that it's like human beings being mass produced.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
They gave me the impression that it's basically human beings being mass produced.
I don't see that, but that's a very great observation.
It's giving me it's okay. So like if you see the first step is, if you look at whatever each object symbolizes, is what is being done to, the person. But, by and large,
them affecting the objects are kind of showcasing that, that's what has affected him in his life. So
yeah, but it's not really making much of a difference, because it's not, there's different people. It's different people in the same line. Each of them are going through the same, same experience at, like, a different stage. But it's not really changing them, because if you look at the suit, exactly what they're wearing, they look pretty much, they look like the same kind of people. It's the hairstyle. They've all got their hair pulled back.
Yes.
They've all wearing a three-piece suit with a very similar dark tie.
Well,
they're all white
how
people
you
from the
would
looks of it.
in Christian funerals. That's how you would dress up, right?
True. No, yeah, but again, they've got the same hairstyle. Look at the hair is
It is. That's what I'm saying. I mean, one of the other popular theories is that there are 5 different people, but I do believe it's the same person, and I do believe that it's Rene himself showcasing him in his work, which is what he did. He did a lot of times. He did try to showcase his own self in the paintings. Okay, another thing I would like to add. Tanmay, thank you for saying that. Do you have to say anything else? Can I go on?
No, you can.
Thanks. So another thing I wanted to say. So a lot of surrealism for Rene and Dali and Apna Max came from Freud's theory of unconscious subconscious. Freud's theory of also dreams. How your conscious mind is affected, and then your unconscious mind brings up your dreams. So what Devesh Sharma said in the chat, because that death got stuck in his subconscious and came out in the form of art every now and then. That's very, very true. It did get stuck with him. So Freud's book on interpretation of dreams, he talks about how things that happen throughout your day affect your dreams. So if a person I don't like kind of was trying to be too friendly, I get very irritated. He's like, "Arey, hi, how are you?" and this and that, and I don't want to talk to that person. I probably might, and it has affected me, which I don't realize consciously. At that moment, I seem fine. I might end up having a dream that night about getting really like irritated by cats all over me, or like, so these things, they stay with you throughout the day. And something that happens to you as a child, which is a death of a loved one, or some really, really big things that happen in your life when you're young, it really shapes you as a person you are. And a lot of critics believe that Rene was never accepting of it, because as soon as you would accept it, you could let it go. But because you can see in a lot of his paintings, he's not let go of his mother's death. He's not let go of the way she was found. He did not let go of how and what happened to her. It just keeps coming out in his paintings constantly. So I have a quote from Rene, which I think is really really great. So here it goes. I'll repeat it. If the dream is a translation of waking life is also a translation of the dream. I'll repeat it. If the dream is a translation of waking life is also a translation of the dream. And I thought that really sums up how Rene works in his paintings, in whatever he's made so far. So yeah, let me see if I missed something. Did I miss something? He inspired a lot of hi Samantha. He inspired a lot of minimalists, a lot of conceptual artists, and a lot of pop artists too. What else? Did I miss anything else? Did I miss anything else? Yeah, not anything else. So this painting is a fan favorite amongst the critics because it's very open to interpretation. Everyone can have a gala time with this painting, and we can just keep discussing this painting forever and ever, because like Sonanti said, it could be a brain, and then brain symbolizes something else. A pumice stone will symbolize something else. I for once thought that it was a kind of a flower, a bloomed flower, that could symbolize something else, So we can just keep going on and on. I think death and grief also makes people read into symbolisms more. Maybe that influenced him too. Yes, maybe that did too. But I agree with this. Okay, so Freud had it could mean a dream phase too. Yes. Okay, so I agree with this Freudian theory that because you're not able to let go, because your unconscious mind is stuck on a particular thing, you do get attracted to that kind of things. right? So now I'm a very big positivity ki pari. Okay, so I am constantly attracted towards flowers. I just am, and I'm not attracted towards the pointy flowers. Sadly, I've noticed this very recently. I'm just constantly attracted to bloomed flowers because that's just the kind of happy go lucky kind of person I am. So I think you're just attracted to that kind of stuff. I don't think he knows consciously that he was doing these things. Oh wait, chat में यार तुम लोग बिल्का सिंग हो जाते हो. Could mean a dream since the background is black. Well, the background is black because Marquis really tried to keep a lot of things minimal. He wanted to keep a lot of the symbolism alive without having too much into it, as opposed to Dali, which we are going to get to in a minute. To the contrary, surrealism is about challenging conventional perception. Yes, it is. Yes, you're very right. Thank you for saying that. If I've missed it, yeah, the things show a loop. If we see the objects are in loop, it's kind of like an infinite loop. It is going like that, but then it could also again start like that. Circle of life. Wait, loop ke baad wala kya hai? He talks about completing a circle called life, as both your conscious and subconscious are related. They are the yin and yang that fix the puzzle and make the picture complete. Wah, kya likha hai? Wah, 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 wah. So like how a person is stuck in loops at times. Yes, he is stuck in a loop. He's stuck in that loop of not letting go of his mother's death, but then accepting it and then not letting it go, and I dropped some things. Could this be 5 different people dreaming with open eyes? Ooh, mom is lucid dreaming over there. Yes, it could be 5 different people dreaming with open eyes, mom. Yes, that is the second popular theory of this painting. Yeah, bas ho gaya. What else? Do you guys want to discuss this further? You guys want to move on to the next one? Next, Ali, मैं डर रही हूँ. It is very political. Next पे जाना है, जाने नहीं जाना, बोलो. Move on. Yes, Pragya, I'm trying. Okay, it takes time. Sorry, I'm kidding. चलो करें दूसरी वाली कौन सी है? La. This beautiful masterpiece. Loved it. This was made by Marx. Oh, forgot to tell you. So Dali, Max Ernst, René, and André Breton are 4 people who were the initial pioneers of the surrealist movement. André Breton is a poet who actually started the surrealist movement. Surrealism is very much influenced by Dada, the art period where the world didn't make sense, so they thought art should not make sense either. It was about Dada, was about rebelling and going crazy. 1 second, Devesh Mama. I know you have to say that. I like you being here today. Dada is about rebelling, going against the grain, making absolutely zero sense, right? And it was just about having fun in that moment, and it was very, very like surrealism, very affected by World War One. However, the difference, and surrealism has the same thing too. It is affected by World War One. It is challenging your connotations, your notions of a lot of things in the world. But the true difference between Dada and realism, that I believe in, a lot of my professors have mentioned this, is that Dada was not about respecting your art, whereas surrealism is about respecting your art, respecting what you've put inside it. Dada is about, I don't care about it, and you shouldn't either. If it's affecting you, it's your issue.
In fact, Dada is specifically about disrespecting norms and normative.
It is about getting in that other person's under the other person's skin.
I think it opened. It was. I think it grew out of popular socialist workers movements in the early 20th century.
There was the time when nothing made sense. Devesh Mama, please go.
So the Dada came out of because of revolution. It was more about revolution. Dada was more about revolution, which actually gave rise to surrealism. And as you said, all these revolutionists at the time of when Dadaism was up, they were very much inspired by Sigmund Freud's theory of conscience and
sorry, can you repeat that point?
I said that when this whole revolution was going on, this whole Dadaism thing was going on, basically the war happened and everything was down to rumbles, right? Everything was gone. Like a very beautiful place like Paris was down to rumbles. Okay, and in like after World War I, and then like people didn't see the meaning of life. I mean, like in the current times, like what we are right now in the lockdown, life is still normal. We are living life. It's not like that we are in a frenzy, we are in a confused state of mind. But back then, when World War One happened, it was a disaster. There was nothing. There was a complete state of anarchy, right? Then, when everything was like gone down to dust, people didn't were not able to reason out things. It led to a kind of thing called, and it led to a revolution. It led to a revolution where people wanted to, question the government, and because what was not making sense to them, and what was not making sense to them, kind of, gave a branch, gave an offshoot to this entire revolution, which was called Dadaism, which was, very much in progress, and taken forward by all these revolutionists, poets, and later on it was taken over by, various artists, and once this entire, it went to a plateau, like a bell curve thing. It went right up there, and then as it came down, lot of surrealists, lot of painters from Czechoslovakia, from Berlin, and all these places, they joined it. And it turned out to be a, a movement via artists, painters, where they started putting things together which didn't make sense to them, because they had seen so much of war, so much of destruction, nothing was making sense to them. So they started putting literally like everything out there in terms of their self-expression, which is, the term is called automatism.
Yes.
Automatism. Yeah, that's the term. The term defines that whatever, like literally you put anything, you put like a plate on top of a plate, you put a butterfly on top of that, you put a cheesecake. It doesn't make sense, but that's what it is. And that's what led to this whole idea, this whole thought of, conscience and subconscious, which led to these artists to start painting these things. And all these paintings you see the familiar objects, or you see the current one, or whatever, you pick up any artist, so they all have this dreamy feel about them, okay, which talks, which has nothing to do with what is reality. Okay, it is in between reality. It's at thresholds. Okay, you don't see demons in and around walking saying hi, hello to you in real life. It's all happening in your head. That's what they have portrayed. That's why it's called surreal.
Correct.
So that's what led
beyond
to
reality, surrealism.
Beyond reality. What a normal mind cannot.
Super reality, beyond reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
wise words by Devesh Pant. Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was
Let's move on to.
No, that was a great lever, because this painting is all up in the Spanish War. This painting was born after World War One. The Spanish War was happening, and the conflict between fascism and communism and everything. So what you just said helps me a lot. Let's move into this one. Thank you so much.
Basically, it's not only this art movement. All the art movement, if you pick up the entire timeline, have been driven by an X factor, which has always been the war. The war has led to so many things. You talk about the Great Depression, and then the Industrial Revolution, or the dark ages, and then the whole the Renaissance happening. So
the
everything
Coco also happened
connected.
during the time. Yeah.
Exactly. So everything is related, and war has always been the driving forces, and especially the World War I and the World War II has led to a drastic change to the current genre, that is the modern, postmodern world we are living in. So
sorry, Mama, I have to cut you short because I have to tell the name of the painting.
Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. But yes, thank you so much for that leeway. So this painting, Pragya, is called The Angel of the Home, or the Triumph of Surrealism, because surrealist artist है हम लंबे लंबे नाम रखेंगे क्योंकि क्या फर्क पड़ता है. And Marx Ernest was the guy who actually not invented, but he was the first person who started surrealism. In French, the original name of this painting, untranslated, is Long du foyer ou les triomphes du surréalisme. I can never pronounce surrealism in French. But anyway, so the angel of the home or the triumph of surrealism. You can Google this by the triumph of surrealism. So yeah, so this painting was made in 1937. Knowing at that time a lot of this painting is oil on canvas, but oil on canvas or oil on wood, but I don't have a confirmation on that. I couldn't find a confirmation. It's in a private collection, and it's 114 by 146 centimeter. Go figure. I have no clue centimeter को कैसे convert करेंगे. मैंने Google नहीं खोला. Sorry, my bad. He was married to oh shit, I forgot her name. Married to one of the Guggenheims, and Guggenheim. Oh, I forgot her name. Okay, anyway, why the Guggenheim is important and I brought it up is because Guggenheims were a rich, wealthy family that were really avid art collectors. There is a very big and amazing museum in New York called Solomon R. Guggenheim. It collects, it holds amazing pieces from all over the art period. So yeah, so this is also before the name of the painting was the angel of the home. It was called the angel of hearth and home. Now the fun fact which I thought was great was the Peggy Guggenheim. Yes, thank you Tanman. Yes, the fun fact about this painting is that he's calling this bird like person an angel, but how is it an angel when our preconceived notion of an angel is wings? It'll be this beautiful woman flying from the heavens between the skies and coming down and taking us further ahead. So he wanted to really irritate you with the connotation of angel, and that's why he's been calling it that. It's an angel, but it's grotesque, which is two very opposing views if you go by connotation. Again, so this was inspired by the political events, which is basically the defeat of the Spanish Republicans in the Spanish War. I don't know about the Spanish War. I don't know much about European history. So if anyone has any pointers, please let me know. In this conflict, so this is this is from the Guggenheim Museum that once used to hold this painting. In this conflict, Spanish fascist leaders were supported by Germany and Italy in their victory. Ernest's goal was to depict the chaos that he saw spreading over Europe and the ruins that fascism brings to its countries. That actually makes no sense to me. It's not smart enough for that. But yeah, so basically it was very, so from where I saw, from what I understand, from what I understood from the painting, it's basically a dictatorship. It's a person, grotesque being who's trying to take over a lot of the countries and is not doing it peacefully. Is like a dictator, not doing it peacefully at all. He's stomping over stuff. It is a bird. It is a person. It's an animal. Who knows? If you see the bottom left feet, the bottom left feet is a very human-like feet. But then the right bottom, it's kind of like a leg of a chicken. And then you have the face of, I don't know. I think it's a bird, but I'm not sure if it is a bird or not. Then you have the hands. It's a very monster hand on the right, and then a bat hand on the left. Who knows what it is? Then you have the left leg. I mean, जहाँ से मुझे दिख रहा है उसका right पैर, पर मेरी तरफ से दिखने वाला left पैर, left हाथ are also connected by this other weird being. So it's a lot of things that are coming together, being grotesque and helping each other out. But it looks in pain. If you see the left feet, is like someone is eating the skin, tearing the skin. It does look like it's in pain. Tanmay, please go ahead. You were saying something?
Oh no, that's the thing. So if you're saying this symbolizes authoritarian takeover of Europe, right? I guess it makes sense because a lot of that, I think the color is very arresting, right? Which is very symptomatic of authoritarianism. It is actually attractive for a very large percentage of a population. There'll be something there's something draws you in here. You are looking at this and you can't stop looking at it for a while. It is hypnotic.
Correct. It really is. And I think it's hypnotic because of the lines that you can see in his pants, in her, I don't know, in the mane, in the wing kind of structure.
I think what this is, again, this is my interpretation. What the various species and animals it's portraying is symbolizing is it will take on different forms to. Yeah, okay. Somebody just said it looks like a parasite video. That actually makes. Yeah,
Wait, I
actually
haven't read the chat yet.
Anyway, so my point is, it's taking on various forms to appeal to various. So there's no sincerity to it. It will take on whatever form allows it to persist.
Yes, any form that'll take over some other form, that'll show its power over another one. Also, if you guys have noticed, I don't know, that the clothes are also shredded. It's like you are going to get nothing from this. You're not going to get anything from just stomping around and showing your power and being so, I don't know. Whenever you show me power, I see ego. So I do see a lot of egotistical, maniacal, grotesque person who's just trying to just take over things, and it's not really working out for those people or for this person. Also, the clothes, I believe, clothes or other things that you can see the bird having, I believe that's like shreds of the things that this thing has taken from. For example, I went to a house and I picked up a pen. Now I have that pen in my hand. I go to another house, I pick up a table. Now I have the table in the hand. It's that kind of thing. The clothes, the hand, the face, other things. It's amazing the way he's made it. And the best part is the sole focus of this painting is this bird. There is nothing else in the background. Probably a small mountain in the end, but again, I think that the mountain shows that nothing is as big as this creature, this figure. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm getting to the chat in a second. The left leg, which is on the ground, the bottom of that sole, the sole of the shoe, to me it kind of looks like a compass or a clock. What do you guys think? Now I'm gonna go to the chat. But what do you guys think? Does it look like a compass or a clock to you? Let me know. Even I feel, if you see the left feet is like someone is eating the skin, tearing the skin. Yes, it does look like. I mean, I don't think it's in pain. I think it's screaming, giving pain. I don't think it's receiving pain. I think it's giving pain. Even I feel that he's in pain, but he seems to be enjoying the pain. Exactly, it's a very masochistic kind of a thing. You don't see the person in the literal sense of pain, where you would be like, "Acha, I'm in pain. Shit, I'm sad. I'm affected. It doesn't seem like that. The right or left foot looks like it has a horseshoe. Yes, it does. Sona auntie, you have to say something?
Yeah, for me, it just seems like, this is too much in pain and he's laughing to the war that they were talking about. But yet it is very colorful.
Yes.
The color is very attractive. And the face that is made of, Joker kind of a stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Evil in it. So, it's something like, as a person said, they really don't know what was happening.
Correct.
For me, it is like, that Hakuna Matata dance. I wouldn't put that, there is pain, but yet there is color. Life just continues.
Yes.
So in which way it is not at all clear, but then you just dance to the tune of whatever is coming in. I just feel that way. That's what I feel about it. And it's really
their own tune.
Beautiful. Yeah, for me, first thing that I saw was which struck me was this, a small creature which is there, and it reminded me of that movie, Hakuna Matata, the dance, remember?
Yeah.
It just showed me that, that's it, yeah.
No, you're correct, auntie. And that's what exactly Max used to do. He used to make, so in this one, he used to use these juxtapositions to really mess up with your brain. So you see a grotesque figure, but then it has these lively colors, these joyful, vibrant colors. Like, why? And then, but their tone, but that's the tone things is not the first thing you notice. The first thing you notice is the big figure, is the colors, and then probably you get to the other things. Okay, getting back to the chat. He seems to be transforming into someone new. I think he's constantly transforming from things that he's taking over. It looks like a parasite feeding off the larger being. Yes, Isha Tripathi. Yes, Haguna Matata dance. Yes, the dance of madness. Yes, this dance of madness and him being this masochist kind of a person reminds me of Joker. The modern age comic Joker. The idea behind the Joker. Parasite makes so much sense. It really does. There is some pipe kind of thing very small behind him. Where? Pragya, where? Please tell me in the chat where. More like break free.
Uh,
Yes, Pragya, please tell me where. I can't see it.
if you see there's this piece of cloth, the red cloth that's he's put his right foot up, right?
Uh-huh.
So you see बीच में there's this cloth ना उसके एकदम नीचे पे देखो थोड़ा सा right side पे एक blue सा है which is a little projected and उसके बाहर से if you see ना it feels like कि पानी निकल रहा है या कुछ तो it feels like a stream or something.
Oh shit, I can't see it. Okay.
थोड़ा सा zoom कर थोड़ा सा zoom
Okay, wait.
करो and
I'm
उसके
zooming.
दोनों पैरों हाँ right where you had the this no हाँ अभी नीचे लेके आओ उसको.
Where?
Yeah, you see here?
This?
Yeah,
This
here,
one?
here. Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was a mountain. You know, like even a mountain is so small in front of this guy. Oh wow, you saw a pole? That's so interesting. I hadn't noticed it. That's great. Pragya, you want to say something else? Pragya is gone. Pragya has ghosted me. No, Pragya, you're right. That is so true. I didn't notice that. Well, my connotation of a mountain is just.
Hey, sorry, no, I thought you were talking to someone else. I couldn't hear you. Yeah, I said that, when you see that, there's something it has to connect to, because there's like water and I don't think there's any mountain there. If you see, no, there are no mountains. It's like a plain ground where he's standing, but there's this one sort of, there's like a whole kind of a thing that is made because of the water getting collected over there.
Probably, yeah, you're right. I mean, there is no reason that I would think it's a mountain. Why did my brain go there? I have no clue. It's a great observation, Pragya. Thanks. Yes, moving on to the chat. Thanks. More like break free, right between his feet. The parallel. I haven't seen the movie. Okay, I have no clue what Tanmay is talking about. But okay, what about the other smaller creature? Joker dancing in any way, pain and still continuing to dance. Yes. I feel this is a transformative stage, all demons coming out and things are changing from here on. Yes, we are all agreeing with the fact that it's constantly transforming into something else, or probably it has already transformed, or it's just a collection of all of these probably horrible things that are coming together in this, and this person is just enjoying, this being is just enjoying it. Looks like Mad Max Fury to me. Could this be someone's dream, making sense of all the madness that the world represented? It could probably be Max's dream, Max Ernest's dream. Looks like a bad dream. Even if it's a creature of war and madness, it doesn't need to be absolute or pretend or presented in monotones, just as war or tyranny, however you pronounce that, doesn't usually present itself in dark tones. It's played up as patriotism, positive change, transformation, etc. Oh, Amrita, that's a great point. Great point. But that's what I'm talking about, right? This is such a great point because our connotation just takes us there. Since childhood, all the good things, positive things are colorful, and the bad things are always dark and grungy looking. And it doesn't have to be like that. That's such a great point, Amrita. Thanks. It's a great, amazing point. Amazing point. That is a great point. Wow, I can't even get over that point. Achha, coming to this creature. This creature also kind of looks like a old dinosaur to me, by the way. What do you guys think about this creature? Let me see if I've missed some other things out. Oh yeah, did you guys get a biblical sense from this? Did anyone get any kind of a biblical sense from this? Because
yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, it looks like a gargoyle, but it also resembles like a lizard.
Yes, it looks like a gargoyle. It does look like a gargoyle. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't get that biblical sense. Now I do.
And gargoyles are supposed to be creatures of your dreams coming out of your subconscious, by the way.
Correct. Again, deep into surrealism that we are in. Was this before the plague or after? I have no idea. I can tell you the date. It's 1937. When did the plague happen? After. There you go. After. Sorry, I'm bad at that. I'm so sorry. So yeah, when I read the name of the painting, I thought angel as in angel of death. I didn't think it was angel as in the angels that we usually see. But why not? Why can't the angel look like this? Why can't the usual angel look like this? The beaky mouth looks like the masks that were used during the plague, so doctors would get infected by the patients. Wouldn't get infected by the patients. Wow, there are a lot of things. So Max did have a lot of political patriotism, and just taking a lot of things from his surroundings into his painting. So that is very much possible that it was also affected by the plague. I don't know if that is completely, like on point. I know that it's from the Spanish word because that's what he's mentioned, but it is very much possible that it is also inspired by that. Okay. Praga, you're saying something.
Yeah, so if we look at the face of the creature, that is like white, and that looks pretty more beautiful than the entire rest of the body, right?
Yeah.
So the other connotation that we can make out of the art is that its skin and everything is coming out, and maybe it's converting into demons. So how even good people turn out to be bad, and that leads to war. So how, like, something like that,
Pragya,
because of,
lovely. Please go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so that's what I feel. You look at the face and it's in pain. So maybe it's trying to fight the inner demon that it has, which maybe people were trying to fight during the World War. And if you see at the left side, there is this other creature that's trying to tear its body. So when the circumstances get really difficult, and you feel that the whole world is pulling you to turn into something bad, to turn into a maniac, but you're fighting your inner demons and you're trying to keep your sanity. So the head is like still white. There is nothing that is shown as a damage to the head. The rest of the body looks like it's really going through some damage. So could be, I don't know.
Wow, Pragya, wow. लो flying के सीढ़ी, वाह, 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 क्या explanation दिया है, मजा आ गया.
Thank you.
Wow. No, because I didn't read that anywhere. I read so many critics from what I tried to perceive it before I read all of those things. I didn't get that at all. That's so amazing. Wow. That's so amazing. I will remember that forever in this painting. Now, ek aur flying kiss. One more. Amazing. What an explanation. Amazing.
Oh, even I. Thank you so much.
Loved it. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Praga. This is just everyone today is just like getting it, yeah, guys. Amazing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like people think that you need to know a lot about art and ye pata hona chahiye, wo pata hona chahiye, but no, it's just what you just need to know what the artist has written as the name, and then you can just form your own conclusion. And this was such a lovely conclusion by Pragya, or the one by Devesh Mama, or the one was Amruta. Yes, by Amruta. It's just that's exactly what it is. Amazing, love it. So in awe right now. So next one, Pragya is class favorite now. Yeah, next one. So yeah, he also tried to okay, I forgot this point. So question your own belief, calling such a figure an angel. So Max really wanted to really mess with your brain, like in any way possible. And that's what he was doing. Again, this was steeped into Freudian metaphors, private myths, childhood memories that Max has, things that he's not able to let go, things he wants to keep portraying. You know, okay. Okay, yeah, this is something that Max said about this painting and other things that happened during this time. Again, this was a little over my head. A despairing reference to the fact that the surrealists, with their communist ideas, had been unable to do anything to resist fascism. Again, I'll repeat it. A despairing reference to the fact that the surrealists, with their communist ideas, had been unable to do anything to resist fascism. That's what he had to say about this era where he was painting this painting and other stuff in. And this this did not make sense to me till I read what Freud wrote as a counter to this, which was my favorite definition of joking has long been the ability to find similarity between dissimilar things, that is hidden similarity. Again, I'll repeat, this is so many words. My favorite definition of joking has long been the ability to find similarity between dissimilar things, that is hidden similarity. So Max said, how surrealists with their communist ideas were not able to get rid of or resist fascism, and then Freud saying that that's what he likes about joking, like taking dissimilar things and putting them together. I don't know how much sense that made to you. It does make sense to me in my head, but I have no clue how to explain it. I have absolutely no clue how to explain it. So go figure, guys. You are all alone on this one. So yeah, so Max was a German painter, German guy. He was a painter, sculptor, poet, and a graphic artist. He invented two things. This is fun. One is frottage, which is frottage. Frottage, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's FROTTAGE. Basically, it's taking your paper, putting it, or canvas or whatever, putting it on any single surface that you can find, and then taking a pencil and going over it. So the bumps that the paper or the canvas will make, the pencil ka shaving, the pencil ka graphite will pick it up. So that. And khataj, I'm pretty sure I'm doing it in a French accent. I'm pretty sure it's in a German accent, but I don't care. I like the French accent. Khataj was basically games and simulations, psychological games and simulations that you can do to create more productivity and creativity in your work. So that whenever you're stuck in this area, ki arey yaar kuch aa nahi raha, kya paint karu main? So you do all of these things so you can come up with like newer work. Again, we spoke about this. Oh, हाँ. Like I said, surrealism was invented by this poet called André Breton. If you want, I can show you guys one like chota sa part of one of his poems. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and it's amazing. But yeah. Okay, yeah. Another thing that was like we can see in this painting, like we are going to see in Dali, like we saw in Rene, in surrealism, a lot of illogical, irrational juxtaposition of things done with photographic precision. Like you can see in this, the bird or the hand, it is not photographic, but you can see that it's a realistic kind of figure. I can believe that this is possible. So that was one of major ringers in surrealism. एक खैतिन का कोड भी है मेरे पास, but सुन के क्या कर लोगे तुम लोग? सुनना है? Do you guys want to hear what Breton had to say about surrealism? Let me know. No one is active on chat. Everyone's gone home. मैं यहाँ पे अपने आप से बात कर रही हूँ. Kanika says yes. Kanika, thank you for the validation. I will read it. Okay, so this is what he said. To resolve the previously contradictory conditions of dreams and reality into an absolute reality, a super reality, or surreality. Again, I'll repeat it. Breton said about surrealism, to resolve the previously contradictory conditions of dream and reality into an absolute reality, a super reality, or surreality. Oh, अरे हमारे पोएट साहब हैं, अच्छा तो लिखेंगे. वाह, मजा आ गया था सुन के मुझे. So yeah, so the first time surrealism actually came into existence, I mean, it was happening since 1920, but the first time surrealism was used for these kind of things were in 1921, when Breton published this Surrealist Manifesto, which is, I think, available online. It's a great read. You guys should catch it. चलिए तीसरे वाले विषय की गणेश करें कि इस पे और बातें करनी है आप लोग को, है पंचायत बैठा तो रखी है हमने, बताइए आपको और पंचायत करनी है नहीं करनी है, कि दाली पे बढ़े हम, बढ़े नहीं बढ़े. टेबल इज सो वॉन्की टुडे. बढ़ना है नहीं बढ़ना है? चलो दाली पे बढ़े. हाँ जी, ये देखिए आप, बहुत चीजें चल रही हैं इस पेंटिंग में, बहुत ज्यादा चीजें चल रही हैं इस पेंटिंग में. Oh my god, rhinoceros. At this point, I think it was more of tiger. And then from this painting onwards, it was more of elephant. But yeah, yes, Dali and his rhinoceros. Amiz. Wah. अच्छा, अब इस पेंटिंग का नाम मैं बताऊं? प्रज्ञा. I will take an entire minute to say this name. Dream caused by the flight of a bee around a pomegranate second before awakening. वापस बोलूं मैं? इरशाद वापस बोलती हूँ. Dream caused by the flight of a bee around a pomegranate a second before awakening. वाह, कवाली है ये तो. Only thing more elaborate than the symbolisms here is the name. I know, Kanika, it is like a story. Dream caused by the flight of a bee around a pomegranate second before awakening. आए हाय, इस पेंटिंग में इतनी चीजें हैं ना, मैं थक गई इस पेंटिंग के बारे में सोच के, देख के मैं थक गई. चलो, this painting was done in 1944. The artist is Salvador Dali. It's oil on wood, 20 inches by 15 inches, go figure. And it is in a museum in Madrid. The other two are in private collections, till where I remember. हाँ, private collections में बाकी तो. हाँ, so Dali used to call a lot of his work hand-painted dream photographs. Because Dali है, वो कुछ भी कर सकता है. I mean, come on, Dali can do anything that he wants to and anything that he puts his mind to. If you guys have seen a lot of Dali's photographs, so Dali was obviously known a lot for his ideas and his paintings. And what all did he used to do? Let me tell you. He used to paint. He was a graphic artist. He used to make film. He used to do sculpture, design, photo, poetry, autobiographies, essays and critiques. क्या नहीं किया इस बंदे ने? बहुत सारी चीजें कर रखी है उसने.
His art house also runs a perfume line.
His art house also runs
a perfume line.
वाह वाह, मतलब ओवर अचीवर इसे कहते हैं. Dali is our original over achiever. So yeah, he was also the what is it called? Yeah, he also invented overachieving. So yeah, so Dali was known a lot for his ideas and the way he thought. And yes, Venus, yes. No, don't say anything. Wait, I will come to it. Wait. I'm too excited right now. I need to calm down. Okay, yes, but yes, wait. So Dali was known a lot for his ideas and the way he used to paint and everything that he used to bring to art, to the art world. But he was also, a lot of people didn't like him because of the way he used to handle himself in public. He was a very larger than life kind of a personality. If you pick up any picture of Dali, it is him doing this. Can you see my face? He used to do that because he just wanted to look crazy, because that's just the kind of person he was. So even though a lot of people appreciated and loved what Dali got to the table for art and how he changed art, a lot of people didn't like him at that point because of how he used to manage himself in public. अब इस painting में चलिए अंदर घुसते हैं. Now, because you've said Venus, let me show you something. Do you see this pomegranate that is floating? Then, next to the pomegranate, do you see two water droplets, 1 and 2, which are also floating? Now, let me tell you something. Pomegranate, according to Christian symbolism, talks about a pure, virgin, fertile person. The two water droplets. One second. My dad is just having a gala time on his phone. Peeps, stop. Scaring everyone. So the pomegranate in Christianity showcases purity, Virgin Mary a few times, just all of that. And then the two water droplets that are right next to it. So this entire thing showcases birth of Venus. Hanji, birth of Venus, because that's how she came. She came out of the water. Like this pomegranate is floating. Pomegranate can be taken as like the shell and then the Venus inside it, and then the water that is surrounding it. Oh my God, my mind was blown when I figured that out. When I absolutely blown, मतलब blown. अब ये सुनो, क्या ही पता है तुम लोग को अभी तक इस पेंटिंग के बारे में, मैं बताती हूँ. So the tiger represents in art represents power, fear and respect. The fish represents birth of humans, like evolution right to the beginning. And this is the view where we did not come from monkeys, we came from the water, so we came from that. Give me 1 second, Devesh Mama, I want to know about the pomegranate. Give me 1 second. Water, as you can see, it's very calm. However, yes, I know you have stuff to say. Give me 1 minute. Yes, so water, it shows purity, tranquility, and tempestuousness. But here, the water is so calm. It's almost like it's not water. It is so stagnant that it is almost like it's no water. Then the elephant represents responsibility, trust. Elderly people, caring for the collective herd that you have, like your community and loyalty, you know. So now with all of this information, you guys find your interpretation and then I'll go further into it. Devesh Mama, would you please like to tell me about the pomegranate? I have stuff to say after you say it. Please go ahead.
Okay, sorry for hogging up the whole
No, please.
space there. Sorry.
Please tell me.
So the pomegranate, like you said, it's the birth of Venus, right? So it's got again a very ancient biblical reference, okay, to the goddess of Venus. And two things about the thing. First, pomegranate is considered to be one of the exotic fruits. Also, it's kind of an ambrosia. It's the food of gods. That's what they say.
Exotic.
So that's why.
हमें तो रोज मिलता है.
Yeah, it's a biblical thing. They say that pomegranate is one of the exotic fruits, and it's unlike an orange or a banana or whatever. It's considered to be a very special fruit, which is only and only consumed by gods. I don't know for what reason, but this is what it is.
So difficult to have.
I don't know. Never mind. Moving on. The second thing is it's also considered as an aphrodisiac. So
yes.
that's the other thing to it. Why we have that pomegranate there and with a long title.
You're right. You're right. The pomegranate is an aphrodisiac, and the way it connects is the woman is actually Gala, who is his wife.
Exactly.
He's trying. I'll get to her in a minute.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of sense does it make, but because it is an aphrodisiac, it is something which pertains to be things of being erotic, which we can evidently see in the picture, and also things which lead to procreation as well.
Correct.
According to ancient biblical references.
Which would make sense that the fish is coming out of it.
Exactly. Hence the pomegranate, the fish, the lion, the tiger, and the woman again.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and again, it's in a circle, just like René's painting. Yes. Again, it follows a curve. I don't know. It's my interpretation. So I leave the stage to others to. Okay.
So no,
thanks.
That's a great. Thank you so much for saying that. Pragya, give me 1 second. I'll come to you.
Yeah.
Sorry. So exactly like you said, Mama. So the pomegranate again. I thought it was very it did look like a yonic figure, like I have learned from a past CHO session. It's a yonic figure, and then you have the fish coming out of it, and then you have the lion. So it's kind of like showing how mankind started. Because the woman, she is naked, so her vulnerability, again, her showcasing that she's kind of imitating Venus, and then the juxtaposition of her femininity against the aggressiveness of the lion, the power that the lion holds, the fear that it has, that's the juxtaposition going on right here, so the man and the woman going on. Again, like you said about the pomegranate, the two seeds that you can see right here, wait, I will zoom in. That could be the life form coming from the pomegranate. This is the humans going further ahead. And then the last thing.
One more thing. Sorry to cut you there. Now that you stated the fact seed. Now the term seed doesn't come from our regular day-to-day life. That this is a seed that we will sow and it will grow into a sapling. Seed is according to the prehistoric times, seed was the term considered when the man and the woman used to be in the process of procreation, and the sperm bit was called the seed, which was put in the woman's thing, and like it used to form the egg and everything. So basically, the bun in the oven, the whole bit was called the seed.
Correct.
That's how the term seed comes.
Here it applies here too, because the seed and then the pomegranate is there like a yonic symbol, having both of it together with each other. Yes.
I don't know what that elephant is doing up in
I
the
have
air.
no clue what the
It's damn
elephant is.
funny.
I don't know why that elephant exists here. It has.
It's damn funny.
But I'll come to the elephant. Praga, you had to say something. Go ahead, because then I will start yammering and then I won't stop. Thank you, Mama.
Yep. So for me, the what I deduce out of the art, if we see the name, dream caused by the flight of the bee around the pomegranate the second before awakening.
Wow, yaad kar liya.
No, मैंने लिखा.
Achha, okay. Go on.
So if I have deduced, my meaning I think comes out from this only, because if you remember, we all see this dream. Sometimes you're sleeping, but you are also aware that you're just dreaming, and it feels like lucid dreaming.
Yes.
You see that you're running in the corridors or something like that, and what's happening around you, like if somebody is playing a tap, you will feel like you're near waterfall or something. This has happened to me. I'm sure it has happened to other people as well. So I feel this picture is depicting that dream state, because if we see the woman, the way she's lying, it feels like she's in a dream state, and these irrational things that are around her, which is something that happens in a dream where you don't understand. You went inside water, you saw weird things that we see in the movie and all of that shit. The second thing it says, dream caused by the flight of the bee around the pomegranate a second before awakening. So a second before awakening is the kind of dreams that we remember. So maybe the bees were buzzing around her. She was sleeping. There was a half-eaten pomegranate around her, and there was water droplets where she was sleeping or something like that. And all of these things then came into her lucid dream. That's what she sees. And then when the bees sting her or something happens, she wakes out of the dream.
And you're so close. But yes, Dali got his point across to you perfectly. You're so close. So the reason why the bee is here is because what he's trying to say from the name of the painting also. So Nanti, 1 second. Is that like if you see this right here, right? You have those dreams, like exactly what you're talking about, like those lucid dream kind of dreams where you're like, okay, so this is the most common one I have, that when you're going down the stairs, you suddenly fall and then you jerk up. Just wake up. Suddenly you just wake up. So what's happening is Gala, his wife, is actually sleeping. He believes this is what she's dreaming, and she's going to be awakened by this one bee sting right away. So the needle, if you see, it's actually the end of the bee, and the bees, the thingy at the end of it. I forgot the tail. I don't know, but yeah, it's almost about to prick her, and that's why it's a second before awakening. So you're so right, and Dali got across to you so amazingly. Thank you so much, Pragya. So much for that, Pragya. So Nanti, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, according to me, what I feel here is that the seed, which is supposed to bring in the new life, the pain that a woman goes through. You just see from the pomegranate, 2 tigers are coming out.
Yes.
So it is the bursting. So bursting means out here maybe the vagina, which bursts open. And then the tiger coming out means you can anything can come out of it basically. That pain a person goes through,
yes,
right?
Yes.
As well as anything. It'll in future, whatever it comes out may like disturb. Like it is so like horrifying to a woman.
Correct.
At times it's so horrifying to a woman, so it could be that also, like from the pomegranate. And why it is called I'm not very sure on this, but what I go by it, that pomegranate is supposed to be very nice, because according to our Hindu, Ayurveda, like pomegranate, if you have one every day, you will not have any heart disease. So it has got so much of potential in it that it is a very good fruit. It is you have if you have any heart disease, if you have it for 30 days, the juice of it every morning, your heart will become perfectly fine. This is from my acupressure where I learned it. So that's what I think. So that could be.
I think it can be applied here, Auntie. Yes, that's a great observation.
Yes.
I think that can be applied here. Oh.
That's what I feel. And this elephant which is there, and it is, since it is, if you can see, it is way up high with 2 legs going up. The legs can be so up. It is more related to having the strength coming from the universe, as a father figure or something, pulling you,
which is what elephants are like elders, taking care of the herd.
Yes. And you see his 4 legs are going deep into the water where she's lying down. So it is
exactly. And then
basically
the water
having
is
that support.
undisturbed. The
Yes,
water is so
yes,
undisturbed.
yes. So
So
like, I
right,
mean, she's
Andy.
having that faith that yes, somebody is there to protect me
Look over.
without any, because that faith, yes, that faith that she has.
Literally
So
look
that's
over.
what, yes, yes. So this is my interpretation of this
Great,
thing.
Auntie, and great observation, Auntie. Loved it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Auntie. Huh. Again, Amruta is here, guys. Amruta is here again. Okay, I feel like these are Dali's live themes since he treated his wife as an art muse. Perhaps he felt these are the things that consumed his dreams. Even something as trivial as a beef around a fruit can trigger his greater fears of losing his muse. And also the tigers could mean the aggressive nature of his own ego against an unseeming Venus-like depiction of God. Arey, Amruta. What yaar? Amiz. I'm blown. Loved it. Yes, it could very much be that. So Gala's wife, so Dadi's wife Gala was actually a wife of, kaha gaya? Wife of, forgot, wife of she's a Russian girl, wife of the poet Paul Eluard, and then later became Dali's wife. But he was the previous husband was also a surrealist. So she actually inspired a lot of artists and writers and poets and who and what not. So Gala was actually an amazing person. But you are so right about it that he did um, take his wife as an art muse. He also believed that his sister or other people in his life were his muses, and he kept putting them in his paintings. Yes, it could be very much possible that he has these greater fears of, I don't know, probably like the tiger overpowering the Venus, so it could be that, like he believes that he could overpower her, or it's just probably the fact that there is a juxtaposition between the male and the female. Who knows? But that's a great point. As a dream, it would still be nightmarish, a bit scary and confusing. The elephant looks like it's out from a circus. The elephant does look like it's from a circus, doesn't it? I also thought that it was like a circus elephant, but apparently not. As far as it goes to, you are so right, as like it being like a nightmarish kind of a dream. If you see the tigers are about to pounce on her, probably tearing her apart to shreds, right? But before they get to her, this bee sting like gun is going to get to her. So she's actually going to wake up right before it hits her, which I think that is exactly the point he's talking about, you know where it's your unconscious mind is coming up with these things you're not able to control, and because you're not able to control, your mind thinks that it's losing control and it jerks you up awake. So I think that's exactly what is happening here, and that's a great observation. Wait, let me see if I've forgotten anything. Okay, yeah, so the fun fact about elephant, so the elephant, the first time this kind of Dali elephant has appeared is in this painting, and then from here onwards it's going to keep coming up in his paintings. Also, this is actually a really distorted version of an actual sculpture from another artist. I don't remember his name, I did not jot it down like an idiot. Anyway, what else? Oh, yes. Dali believed that this painting was the surrealist interpretation of the theory of evolution, which I see, and I think we all see this. We discussed it. It's the pomegranate being the female yonic symbol. Then you have the fish coming out of it, us coming out of the water, then it having man and going ahead. But the elephant seems to be little less important in the painting. Yeah, it does seem little less important, not just where it's placed, but also the size of it. Could it mean that real life or maybe your dreams could be more dramatic or interesting than a circus? Possible. Why not? Dali is absolutely crazy. He wants you to think weird, silly things. It is very much possible that that's what he was trying to say from the elephants. um yeah. What else? Again, this is very much okay. So Dali read the interpretation of dreams by Freud, and then he came up with this and the other paintings that he has right after this, right? So the interpretation of dream. Oh, so this is a fun fact. Sorry, I forgot. So Alfred Maury was a psychologist not way before, but before Freud, and he was actually the one who started the idea of interpretation of dreams and how dreams are different and weird and whatnot. And Freud took that forward, and then he got all the credit. But in his book Interpretation of Dreams, he did mention that Alfred Moray was the one who came up with it. And Dali has gone by the information what he got from Mori, then went on to what Freud is talking about dream. The pillar in the ground beneath her is broken. A reference to the ruins here? Possibly. Yeah, it could be a reference to ruins. It could be a reference to the building blocks of society that could be happening. We never know. Yeah, the elephant gives a circus feel when you see it. Yeah, it does. See, yeah, could possibly be that. Yeah. So it could be ruins. It could be the building. Like the first stuff that's it's building in the society. Is that green line a part of the painting? Which green line, Pragya? No. Someone has made that green line. No. Someone made that green line. No, that green line is not a part of the painting. Also, actually, there are so many things to notice in this painting, but I did not notice the right hand side ruins till like right now. I only saw the ruins that is right underneath the woman. Also, the woman is floating, the pomegranate is floating, the other pomegranate is floating, and the ruin stone is also floating right above water. The only reason why we believe that it is water, but actually it is water. Dali has said it, but हमारे connotation of water में, it should have waves, it should be moving, la 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 la, nothing. We have none of that. It is so stagnant that if it was not blue, it could have been perceived as absolutely anything else. So, Nanti, you're saying something?
Yeah, B is giving me some other meaning out here. Like, it is the
Sorry,
B
what?
means like, the B.
The bee.
bee.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It is the honeycomb which they make, like they are in collective. So it's the honey. Could represent that also, or the collective energy which is there. Something. I mean, that some B has got some biblical implication out here. Just try to figure that out. Like,
Yeah,
I
no, I
think
understand what
so.
you're trying to say. I can't
Yeah.
pinpoint it. Can't put my finger on it.
Yeah. I have to just check that out. Like, and
Other,
figure
other
it
than the
that
rifle, I can't point out.
No, okay, no, because he's mentioned the name of the bee, right, in the name.
Yes.
So the
Okay.
bee means, it could mean some biblical implication out here. I mean,
Yes, no.
I'm getting that. I mean, I'm not able, yeah, you have to search on that.
You know.
Because bee, for me, it will be that honeycomb. And honey has got to do with, like, you call a person honey, and, like, honey means, like, safeguarding life and stuff like that. Something on that line, like,
And
so why bee? Why did he have to mention bee itself? Like,
do you think
so that
it
is
just be because the bee is going to sting her, which is what is going to awaken her?
not always just because it has got that thing.
Biblical
Okay, it
hai,
could be
kuch
that
to
way.
hai.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what. I can't put my finger on it. I
Yes,
agree
yes.
with you. There is something there.
Right.
But
Okay.
again, Dali
Correct,
is
because
trying to
he's
always
used
get
most of these. Yeah, because whatever animals that he's using here is basically from there itself. Like, I guess.
Correct.
So
Wait.
it,
Do I have what a bee means? No, I don't have what a bee means. Sorry. No, I will look into it, Auntie. But yes, that's a great observation. I did not think of that. I thought bee is just trying to wake her up, But that's a great observation. Wait, I missed things from the chat. This elephant seems to emerge from the water around, and a splash is up there on him. Does that signify anything? I have no clue, because I did not think that was a splash. No one is talking about the elephant other than the elephant is just going to keep coming later. And I thought that was actually frozen ice on top of him. So I have no clue. The elephant's legs are similar to those of an acromantula. Yes, that is true. Wait, I have fun. Oh wait, I have another last thing that I want to say, because I have gone over time. But wait, Hanji. So listen to this. Okay. There is this. Okay, so this is what the museum has said about the painting, like described it, which says a lot of things were pointed out in this. Okay, so get ready, guys. It's a little long. There is a seascape of distant horizons and calm waters, amidst which Gala is the subject of the scene. Next to the naked body of the sleeping woman, which levitates above a flat rock that floats above the sea, Dali depicts two suspended droplets of water and pomegranate, a Christian symbol of fertility and resurrection. Above the pomegranate flies a bee, an insect that traditionally symbolizes the virgin. Auntie, there you go. Symbolizes the virgin, right? In the upper left corner of the painting, what seems to be a yellow-eyed rockfish bursts out of the pomegranate, and in turn spews out a pouncing tiger that then spews out another pouncing tiger about to attack Gala, and a rifle with a bayonet that is about to sting her in the arm. Above them is Dali's first use of an elephant with long flamingo legs, found in his later compositions such as The Temptation and blah blah. So that really explained a lot about this painting, because I did not notice the water droplets. I did not notice some other things in this, but then this explanation helped. It's a pause moment from the show, from the slow-mo dream that is going on in Dali's head. Hence, everything seems to be floating. Also, hallucination. It can be caused by the bee stung Dali. Ah, yes, it could be the hallucination. Yes. Okay. That's about it. Did I miss anything else? Did I miss anything? No, I did not miss anything. You guys have to say something. You guys have to have any other questions or something else? कुछ बोलना है आप लोगों को? आप लोग के पास कुछ है बोलने के लिए? नहीं? No? Okay.
It was a lovely session. Thank you, sweetheart. It was
Thank God.
beautiful.
Thank you, Auntie.
Lovely.
I like how Devesh Mama just said no, move on. Move on to what? Khatam ho gayi paintings. The paintings are over, guys. There's nothing else. Again, thank you so much for coming, guys. Everything that I have said is all research and stuff that I've picked up from my classes. So I'm pretty sure all of it is right. The things that are discredited, I mentioned that they were discredited. So if there is something that you have to add or something that I messed up, sorry for that. My surreal dream is over. Back to reality. Thank you, Mama, for coming. So the next session, which is on Wednesday, is on what? What is it on? I think it's on architecture. Let me tell you guys. So the next one is on architecture, yes. And then we have romanticism happening. Romanticism is going to be great. We have a lot of other stuff going on too. Like that will keep coming up. So every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. this stuff happens, and you can get all of the information on mithilamalvia.com/show, which is on my Instagram.
Wednesday is Bollywood, no?
Wednesday is not Bollywood. No, that happened. I'm not going to be able to do a cringe session, sadly. But I'll come back to the cringe session of Bollywood later. But thank you so much for attending, guys. This was so much fun, and it really was a lot of fun. And you guys always see me doing embarrassing things. Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, the next one is architecture, and that's going to be amazing. That's going to be a lot of fun. Art Deco, Art Nouveau stuff happening. So I hope to see you guys there. And now the fun part of me staring into the participant list as it goes from 15 to 0. Bye, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to awkwardly sit here and see that. Bye.
What's up?
Dali says to everyone, bye, thank you.
Who is Dali?
Someone came in.
One joke here.
I think
I don't know. Maybe this is my Indian ass laughing at it, but his wife's name was Gala.
His wife's name was
Gala. Was her surname also Dali?
Gala Dali.
That is
so weird.
Interesting, no? Yeah.
Thanks,
I mean,
Amruta.
just think about it. She could just have easily been Gali Dala.
Gali. Such a weird name. But yeah.
Extremely weird.
I'm
Chalo,
just going to keep
must
staring.
I will talk to you later.
I'm going to keep saying bye, Tanmay, thanks.
Yes, is there OTP name Gali?
Now, no. Go. So I can disconnect.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mithila.
Bye.